Hello guys, NautoAisDx here, and this is going to be January's version of my MmGS V-Block Roundup. So basically this one, a lot of things happened in the past week that it was interesting, so I want to give my thoughts on. So the first thing that I want to give my thoughts on is, if you're a Power Ranger fan, then you know what's going on. Saban basically made an announcement exclusively to IGN that in 2017, 2018, they're gonna do Power Ranger Ninja Steel, or the original version is Shuriken Sentai ni Ninja. So, but you say, okay, great. So 2 years, what's going on? Is it gonna be on Netflix? And unfortunately, no. That's why 2 years, because apparently Saban brand decided to renew their contract for 2 years with Nickelodeon. So of course, what it means is you're probably gonna have 2017 Power Ranger Ninja Steel, and then in 2018 Power Ranger Super Ninja Steel. 2 seasons of the same theme. Yes. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. So, yeah, for people who don't know what's going on, why is that, first of all, I did talk about this before about my thoughts on Saban buying back the Power Ranger franchise. Excuse me. Yes, and the story behind it really was, like I said before, was that Disney was gonna put it in the vault and just keep it there. But what Saban did basically was commendable, was that even so the contract wasn't up yet, Saban basically just bought back the Power Ranger franchise, so it cost a lot of money, because they said that, well, if we're gonna wait for the contract to expire, that's gonna be too late. So they just said, you know what, we'll just buy them, cut our losses. And then they found a new station, Nickelodeon, but then there was a shocker that the deal with Nickelodeon is that Saban Bar can only produce 20 regular episodes per year plus a special, so probably 21 per year. And then same goes, that's why it becomes, there's like Ninja Steel or Super Ninja Steel, or Samurai, Super Samurai, Mega Force, Super Mega Force, Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge. Yeah, they couldn't really negotiate for more episodes per year. They just said nope. And the rumor was at one point that they were all, Saban brand was thinking about going to Netflix for at least 32 episodes, and I would say, yeah, that's fine. At least one theme per season, not 2 years per per theme. It's just ridiculous. But again, unfortunately, they are back to Nickelodeon, so you're gonna have the 20 episode long cut, a rough cut because of going outside special, and yeah, I mean it is an unfortunate, but again, I don't know what makes the Bond brand decide to stick with Nickelodeon, even after a lot of the fans were basically super fans were being vocal about it, but whatever. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is going to be the last time for this season, and the next one they are going to go back. Maybe they go to Netflix. I mean, they do have a Netflix exclusive show, which is Glitter Force, aka Pretty Cure. I don't know why the name changes, but yeah, so we'll see what happens in the long run. It isn't unfortunate. Speaking of another unfortunate is, if you're a Fire Emblem fan, remember November 12, 2015 in the Nintendo Direct, what's his name? Dude, forget that guy's name. Well, anyway, they mentioned about Fire Emblem, and then they're also, like, for the hardcore collector, you get the special edition, which for $80 you get 2 games plus the third chapter plus stuff. And of course, Nintendo always doesn't make a lot of those, and from what I heard after the direct, within minutes it was sold out. I mean, I tried it at one point. I went to there like a GameStop in December. Yeah, they were sold out. And then all of a sudden, somewhere in January, or somewhere late December, there was reported that people can able to pre-order the special edition again. So I tried to do it, but now, according thanks to Go Nintendo, yeah, apparently GameStop official they got a memo from the upper management that did say whoever pre-ordered the game after November 18th, yeah, you have to cancel their order because they're not going to meet a lot of demand. So that's unfortunate, but there is at least a consolation or an alternative, which basically, in Bill Turner, that's the guy, did say this. They say you bought one version. What you can do is you get for each game, there is a code inside, half off. You can get it for as a digital. So say you bought Fire Emblem Birthright. There's a code there for Fire Emblem Conquest, a digital code that you can get it for $20. So 40 plus 20, 60, kind of like a PS4 game cost, but there you go. And also, yeah, and same goes with GameStop. Apparently, they have this alternative now that you can buy Birthright with Conquest DLC download code and vice versa. There you go. So you're not gonna get the extra or the third season, but at least for $60 you get that. I might just go to that approach. I'm still thinking about it, but it is unfortunate. But I had feeling because I was gonna get it, but I said nah, maybe I can get it later. I'll try it, and they did try it, and they said nope. So oh well. So yeah, I'm probably gonna expect a call from GameStop. They're probably gonna call me and say, yeah, sorry, we can't get you your special edition. So yeah, that is unfortunate. But again, it's Nintendo being cautious, being limited because they're Nintendo. When it comes to special edition, they don't make a lot. When it comes to game that sells bad, they don't make a lot of the physical release like Devil's Third. And I even heard that the Fatal Frame for the Wii U was also a problem that it takes too long just to bring out the digital code or the digital download, which I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean it's Nintendo typical procedure. I mean, I remember with Fire Emblem Awakening long time ago when it first came out, people couldn't even get the physical release. It took a long while before they finally produced a lot of those. And there was a rumor that said the reason why they didn't make a lot was that the Lady Wada basically felt that Fire Emblem might not be so popular because they don't sell well in the West. Is it really true? Sadly to say, I have to say to some extent, yeah, what the Lady Wada said is to some extent is true. That Fire Emblem on the West, they basically sell mediocre. No joke. I bought, believe it or not, I had some Fire Emblem game from the GBA, and I heard even like some of them were selling it for cheap. So let me explain. The only one I bought it for full price was Fire Emblem, the GBA version with Elwood and I forgot the lady's name. And then there was another one for the GBA called Fire Emblem Sacred Age, Sacred Stone. I can remember it a long time ago for the GBA. Found it in the Circuit City. Yeah, that's how long it is. I found it for $10. Bought it. And then the next Fire Emblem that I was gonna buy, but this was what happened was I was gonna buy it, but I couldn't. Was Fire Emblem for the GameCube with Ike. Ike, but his design was from, let's just say, Brawl, his younger self. They were selling it for $10. I was trying to buy it, but unfortunately didn't have the money. And there was some complication, let's just say, with the plastic card. So, cut my losses. I was going to say, yeah, I was going to buy it, but I'm just going to say, maybe I'll buy it later, and then I just totally forgot about it. Oh, well. And then the one for the Wii, Radiance Dawn, unfortunately, that one never came down in price, so I just skipped it. I did see it, but they were selling for $50. I'm like, yeah, forget it. And then the next one I bought was, and I found it in a super Walmart, was one of the Fire Emblem for the DS, which is supposed to be a remake of the first Fire Emblem, which is with Mart. So yeah, unfortunately, or fortunate for me, lucky me, went at the right time and I found it for $10. There you go. So then comes Fire Emblem, and I remember at one point during the holiday of December, they were selling it for $15. Kind of missed the boat, couldn't really get it. But then I finally bought it, decided like this last year. Got my losses, it was like $32, so I said I might as well just get it. At least it's close to $30. So you kind of see the pattern there. Most of the game becomes low in price, like $10. I bought two Fire Emblem for $10, and there you go. And remember, there was even a story history with Fire Emblem Awakening that if that game didn't really sell well, there might not be no more Fire Emblem. But luckily, the game sold well. People were buying it digitally, and some people finally was able to buy it physically. And there you go. You got Fate and Birthright, or Fire Emblem, Fate, Birthright, or Conquest. So there you go. Again, if you guys still trying to hope you get a special edition, if you pre-ordered it before November 18, 2015, then you might get your chance. But I didn't, so cut my losses. Oh well, it can't be helped. It is what it is. It, yeah. So might as well the last one I want to talk about in this roundup is what do I want to talk about now? Oh, yeah. So a lot of the shows are finally coming back. This one of my favorite superhero shows, the CW shows. So Flash and Arrow making a comeback. So that's gonna be interesting. But the one that I really am interested to see is Legend of Tomorrow, because it's gonna be taking in a kind of like an actual superhero comic storyline, which they go through time and find that Vandal Savage. So I'm having my hope. I hope I can. I hope. I hope it'll be awesome. It'll be makes me want to go back and watch it some more. Cause I prefer the CW DC shows than any. Believe it or not, no offense to the Marvel fan, the Marvel show. I mean, Agent of Shield, it's okay, pretty good. It's okay. Agent of Carter, again, another one that's good. I did watch the first season. So they're coming back also for now Agent Carter, being replacing Agent of Shield for a while temporarily until March. Because apparently Agent Carter is only going to be like 5 or 8 episodes. It's not going to be that long. And then they're done again. And then they're back to Agent of Shield. But the true one that I did try to watch, but I really couldn't get into it, is Netflix version of the Marvel series, Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I know Daredevil to some extent. Not really a fan of it. Jessica Jones, something to do with Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and I don't know. Tried watching both of them, couldn't really get into it. It's too dark for me. I don't know. Maybe as what's his name, Jason David Frank would say, I'm just a PG-13 of a guy. Sorry. I mean, when I think of Marvel superhero, I think of them as like comic, classic, teen, fighting against the villain. Another thing I want to talk about is the new version of the Muppet. Yes, it's not the Muppet Show or the new Muppet Show. It's just the Muppet. So at first, when I heard it was going to come back, I was thinking to myself, "Oh, nice! Now they're going back again." But when I watched the first episode, I said to myself, "Oh, great! Am I watching a sitcom here?" So yes, the new show for ABC in 2015, The Muppet, is basically, let's just say, The Muppet meets The Office. That's really what it is. And I'm sorry to say, kind of disappointing and kind of boring. Why? Because someone done this before a long time ago, and unfortunately this show got canceled. So what is it? and it's called Greg the Bunny. It was Muppet, or excuse me, Puppet, working in a studio and with some people. And one of the cast there was Seth Green. Show was boring. I couldn't understand the show. I don't even understand what's going on. And yeah, after a while, yeah, it got canceled. I think they only had like 3 or 4 episodes, and the show got canceled. And now, what's happening now? Because a lot of people are complaining, they're not getting any good ratings with the show. Even IGN was even saying like kind of disappointing what this show is. So make it. I'm just gonna make this quick. What's the lesson of the day? Don't change stuff to what people know about it. The Muppet, I used to enjoy it when I was young, especially the 71, is a variety show. You have a guest host who basically does skit, kind of like SNL with Muppet. That was funny. It was entertaining. They brought it back, I think, in the late 90s, and that was actually pretty good. I know, granted, some Muppets are not there. That was entertaining. Excuse me. Even I have to admit that the first movie I saw it was pretty okay. Let's just say that it's just okay. But again, it was better than watching the Muppet, or I say Muppet Office. So yeah, the show's disappointing. Didn't bother watching it. All I can say to ABC: cancel that show, get rid of it, bring it back as a variety show. This idea of the Office is just it's ridiculous. It's not working. Seriously, it's not working. Hey, yeah, yeah. So anyway, another one here is this is gonna be interesting. Is I went to my local Marshall looking for some discount stuff because that's what Marshall TJ Maxx is. You look for good stuff, but they're in a better price. And shockingly, I saw in my 30 years going to Marshalls is an arcade. Yes, yes, an arcade. So what you're looking here in this picture is I took a picture at Marshall selling a Pac-Man party arcade. It has 8 games from Namco, and they're selling it for $1,800. So I'm like, oh my god, wait. Normally, if you want to buy an arcade, you gotta go to an arcade shop. Oh, you have to go to a. They're basically exclusive. Either just don't go anywhere in the corner and buy arcade. But really, this one you just go to Marshall and there's an arcade. Seriously? So I was shocked. I'm like, wow, took a picture of it. And then, of course, remember, I'm also a big supporter of James' game. I did call them and talk to them, say, would you interested in getting this? And yeah, but yeah, somebody did answer back. They just said, yeah, they are not interested. So, oh well. They do have Miss Pac-Man in the James Game Arcade, but yeah, yeah, they're not interested, unfortunately. So they didn't want to get it. They didn't want to buy because again, that's money. And what if no one buy it, no one plays it? So it doesn't matter. Maybe they'll change their mind. I mean, so still, that was interesting. Yep. So anyway, those are my January MmGS blog roundup for January. Oops. So